If you ever change your mind about leaving me behind, I want you to bring your sweet loving. Won't you bring it on home to me? Yeah, 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 yeah. So just keep moving forward. And the first acting job I ever had was, believe it or not, in a haunted house of all things. It was the first time I got paid. I got paid with tickets to the Phillies game. So I'm doing the haunted house, and I realized that if I did really well, I would get a reaction out of people. And it was fun to scare them. So that was my first taste of performing. And then go on, and the years go on, and I end up in garage bands, and they never really made it to the stage. They just stayed in the garage. But it was my dream, and I kept going forward. And barely coming out of my teens, I was starting to get out of my shyness, starting to drink a little bit when I went into service, and then I started drinking a lot when I was in the service and getting up on stage and singing songs. So that was the beginning of it all. And then I got out and I started driving a truck for the Teamsters, and I did that for about 3-5 years. And then when in my late 20s, I decided I was going to take an acting class. So I took an acting class with a friend, and it was acting 101. I got a monologue out of that acting class, and I still use that monologue to this day because it's just comfortable for me. I have more monologues than just the one. But then I get away from that for about 10 years. I meet my ex, and we have a son, and I start working for the Philadelphia Sheriff's Department, I guess in my late 20s. So I take time out to do all that and, just be a father and a worker. And then we split up, and then I'm looking for a part-time job. So what I decided to do was answer an ad in the back of an alternative newspaper in Philadelphia. The paper was called the City Paper, and they had an ad for a show called The Sopranos Parody, Sopranos. So I went to that audition on a cold February night. I got home from work, and I thought it was going to be mobbed. No pun intended, or maybe it was intended. So I decide, am I going to go or not going to go? So I flip a coin, and it comes up heads. So I do a shot and a beer, and I go to the audition, and the audition was winding down by the time I got there. So it was me and an older woman sitting in the waiting room, and I introduced myself and said hi. She went in, and I got nervous, so I started doing push-ups. And as I was doing push-ups, a young woman came in. Her name was Kyla McFadden. And I got all embarrassed, but she said, it's okay. My boyfriend's a Marine. So she started doing push-ups with me. And we started laughing. And I went in and did the audition with my one monologue. And then they asked me to read from the script, which I would find out later would be a great thing when they ask you to read extra in addition to your monologue. It's a good thing. So lo and behold, a week later, I'm in rehearsals with the older woman, who was Ruth Wren, and Kyla McFadden, and we got cast to do a show called The Sopranos. It was an interactive comedy parody, much like Tony and Tina's Wedding, where you go out to the audience, you get the audience to participate. So we opened up at the Valley Forge Hilton on my 40th birthday in front of 700 people, and we killed it. And standing ovation. So I started touring with that company just on the weekends, and then I started doing everything backwards as far as acting is concerned. I got a headshot, I got an agent, and I started answering ads all over the place. My agent would send me 4 jobs, but we couldn't work together because I was still doing 50 downtown for the Philadelphia Sheriff's Department. So I was trying to piecemeal it in there together. My agent would say, Dave, I got a look-see for you up in New York on Tuesday. I said, I can't go. I'm working. How am I supposed to make money? I can't make money if you don't go for the interview, the audition. So anyway, I started finding jobs on my own, and we kept evolving from there.